What is up, you guys? What is up, you guys? What is up, you guys? Hopefully the audio is back and in good effect. We got a reaction video for you, fresh and fit, the Minorities. Let's jump right into it. And we are live. So right now we have a special guest in the building. Introduce yourself, your age, and your relationship status.
Hey guys, my name is Amina. I'm 24 and I'm single.
All right, you single? No, boy. So we are going to do a reaction. So I'm gonna just jump right into the reaction. Let's get it. Okay, hold on. Before they answer how to keep a guy, what is your honest opinion on how to keep a guy?
I think there's like multiple things to keep a guy. Be feminine, submissive, be comprehensive too. Like you have to understand him and give him his space and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think is like the most important thing? And I just turned the sound up for everybody.
To keep a guy?
Yes.
I would say probably cook.
Cook? That's the most important thing?
One of the things, yeah.
Okay.
But help him like add value to his life, I would say.
You must watch the show. All right. Be
in shape, obviously, like be attractive and stuff, but I mean that's just like one of the list of categories, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think guys care about the most though? Do they care about the cooking, cleaning, or the attraction or loyalty? Like what do they care about the most in your personal opinion and your experience?
I feel like originally, like when you first meet a guy, I think they care more about your looks. Like the attraction is the first initial thing that they care about.
Mm-hmm.
But then everything else is like probably after that, like how you can add value to his life, you know, and kind of like your personality and stuff, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get it.
So guys, I don't know if you guys agree, but sometimes I feel like my experience is that just don't give too much attention. No, not attention, but sometimes if I devote too much and if I like reply too fast or like really a lot of attention, like he takes it for granted. So yeah, and sometimes I'm really busy, and then the guy always comes back to me like that. So don't give too much upfront. Yeah, just like no matter how much you love him or like you like him, then always hold back a little bit.
Okay. Do you agree or disagree with what she just said?
I agree with what she said. I think if you give a guy too much, especially in the beginning, he's going to take advantage of it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you think a guy is going to take advantage of if you give too much? Give me an example.
Yeah, like if you're showering him with gifts, cooking, cleaning, doing things like that firsthand, there are some men that obviously are going to appreciate it, but I think those are not really like the masculine men. I feel like more like the beta type would appreciate that and care about that, if that makes sense.
Explain that just a little bit.
Okay,
a little bit more for me, I should say.
Okay, so I'd say like more like the guys who are a little bit more on the feminine side tend to like appreciate things a lot more than I feel like a masculine dominant man. I feel like a masculine dominant man will like take notes of that, but I don't think he'd really like be like, well, I still want this one girl. Does that make sense?
Okay. So to try to clarify it for me, you were saying that a more masculine dude is not going to appreciate the things that you do for him as a woman more than a feminine dude would appreciate it?
I'm trying to word it correctly. Like,
is that
I think
you just said
no, I think like what I'm trying to say is like a guy who's feminine is gonna show more of the appreciation than like a masculine guy. Like I think like masculine men tend to like take notes in their head, like, okay, she's doing these things for me, but like, but I think he does that with like every woman. Does that make sense?
Okay, but the
Like
feminine
especially if
dude-
he's dealing with like multiple women.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the feminine dude is what?
I just feel like they're more prone to like kind of pick a girl and be like, that's the one I want. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so just to put a bubble on this and then moving on, a feminine dude you were saying is more so a dude that's going to, I'm guessing, appreciate that one female versus a masculine dude is going to appreciate all females equally.
Yeah, I think like certain qualities that men have determine how they look at you, if that
Okay.
makes sense. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna save my thoughts for a little longer. All right, let's move on.
That's like
Okay. Penis.
I still
Bring the mic up closer to you. Bring up the mic up so they can actually hear you.
that I said, yeah, that I think trust and communication between the most people guy and also commitment as well.
Okay. What happened to the last guy that you smashed? Why aren't you all together?
I mean, I was in a polyamorous relationship. That's a long story. He's locked up right now.
Shit.
That was easy.
I just want to make sure the sound is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
fair enough.
Okay.
What
Let's go
about
back.
Oh, can I say something? Yeah, please. It mentioned commitment, and so I'm curious as to know, like, how do y'all define loyalty? So I know a lot of y'all probably be fucking around, but as far as advertising yourself, is that being disloyal or that's true?
When we advertise ourselves, it's not really that we're disloyal, but we talk about stuff.
Okay, before they answer, do you think advertising yourself is being disloyal?
As in like OnlyFans and stuff?
No, as in like I'm guessing provocative photos on the internet, as in like being out with like, you know, nightclubs and stuff like that.
I think from a girl's perspective, so I'm gonna give two perspectives. From a girl's
Okay.
perspective, no, we look at it in a different way. Like if you're advertising yourself, that doesn't mean that we're being disloyal, because we can still be loyal to you and still show that part of ourselves. But from a guy's perspective, I'd say that they don't find that loyal because they just want that for themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if the guy don't deem it as loyal, is it loyal? I'm sorry, if the guy don't deem it as loyal, yeah, is it loyal?
Well, if you're gonna be in a relationship with someone and the guy says that he doesn't like that and you still do it, then technically it's deemed as disloyal. So maybe you guys shouldn't be together. Now, if you guys do get together and she is, I guess, obedient and like, hears you out and is like, okay, like, I'm not going to do that anymore, then that's loyal. It just depends on like the boundaries and stuff. Like you have to communicate that. Like one thing they said was communication and all that stuff is important to keep a man, but so is loyalty. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like comprehension is too. People always talk about like communication is key, but so is comprehending. Like, are you two mutually understanding each other? Because if you're not, then you're not communicating clearly and effectively.
Okay. I'll give you that one.
I mean, like, it's all about just communication. We always talk about something. So if we advertise ourselves doing something, it's because
I'm trying to see why the sound is so low,
Like, I'm
but
saying, like, provocative.
bear with me, fellas.
Aggressive, provocative.
oh, she knows that you want to that, and she goes,
So, like, that's disloyal.
No, I feel like that's a conversation between that for y'all get to being in a relationship.
it's only disloyal. Can we have one mic at a time?
Yeah. Let's go one mic at a time. What do you want to say? Who do you want to ask for two? Okay, so who had a point on it? I saw you want to say, son. All right, go ahead.
I was saying that that's part of like before you get in a relationship, before you get in a relationship, before you know each other. I feel like that's why I don't believe in relationships. But if you have like an understanding, especially if you fucking with a bitch that dances, don't be mad when she's in the club. out, but he didn't
Okay.
know already. So whatever.
No, I know. I turned it off. I turned the audio off. So I'm trying to like do it as we going at the same exact time, and it's low key hard. But for you personally, and while I fix this, when a man says, "Hey," because she break down something that's very important, and she said, "Hey, when I first started talking to the dude, he should accept me for one way, versus when we get together, I really shouldn't change," type of thing. Do you believe that?
Damn. I think that that's a tough one. I think it goes both ways. I think if you guys both agree to be together, then there are some things that you do need to change.
Okay.
But I don't. That's tough. I'm trying to think of like personal experience. Like if I'm gonna be with somebody and like I don't dance or anything, but like she dances, then I mean obviously from her perspective, I feel like she's like, don't tell me what to do, or like don't make me change my lifestyle. And that goes into like the whole leverage thing. Unless you can like pay for my stuff, unless you can, you know, get me out of this dance life, don't tell me what to do. You know, I think that's where she was coming from. But I think if two people mutually get together and they want to be together, things need to change.
Okay. So when they get together, you think they should definitely change or talk it out and communicate the changes that need to be made?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Right. Moving on. I think the sound is fixed, but let's find out.
You're saying?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying loyalty. That's an understanding before you guys get together. Like, why are you guys being in a relationship if you don't know if you're gonna be loyal?
So you're
to each other?
saying
So is me.
if I met you as a stripper, I should accept that as a fact and not try to change you.
Yes. No, but like we're all grown. So if that's what she wants to do, if she's coming to you for help, like, oh, I want to get out the club, okay. If you want to elevate her, then okay, that's a bet. But don't try to knock her and get mad and try to put her down or whatever. That's how I feel.
Okay.
That makes sense or no? Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy.
You asked a question.
No,
but
it's you that's looking at me like I'm crazy. Cause you trying to like, I know what you're trying to do, bro, but I know what you're trying to do.
what am I trying to do? She on your head top. She's just she's in her feelings right now. But okay. Do you have
No,
anything
not
you
my
want to
feelings.
add
That's
into that?
not what it's about.
No.
All right, you I see you shaking your head a little bit. What was that about?
I wasn't shaking my head.
I saw that you were shaking your head a little bit.
I think I just like want to ask can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you were to get with a dancer, would you want to change her?
Would I want to change her?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't get with a dancer, but you know.
But like in his scenario where he was saying like, if you were to get with the dancer, would you want to change her as a guy? Or are you going to let her do her thing?
I wouldn't get with a dancer. Like
I know, but I'm saying like in general, men.
Yeah.
Like if you get with a dancer and you really like her, are you going to take her out of that lifestyle and want to change her? Or are you going to let her do her thing?
I keep going back to the same shit.
Okay, regardless if it's not you.
rewind.
All right, whatever.
Well, I don't think most. Okay. Maybe I'm different, but I would say I would think most dudes wouldn't take a woman in that field seriously. Now they may play with her, they may hang out with her, they may have fun with her, they may even try to take her seriously. But I think after a long period of time, they're gonna be like, "Hey, I want you to kind of stop." Especially if the bitch coming home. If the girl coming home and being like, "Hey, yeah, today at work was crazy. I had this dude and I was dancing. He grabbed my ass." Like, you're not gonna want to hear stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't think she would say stuff like that. I don't think she would communicate that though.
Yeah, but you know that in the back of your mind. You know what's going on when she dances. You know the dudes that are trying to talk to her, trying to finesse her out of some pussy, etc.
Yeah.
You know
Okay.
that. Yeah.
What are some other opinions?
Yeah, who else wanted to talk on this? Basically, he's saying, so the question, just to clarify, is what is your definition of
Yeah, how do
loyalty?
you define loyalty?
And is it still loyal if they advertise themselves on the internet? Is that correct? Putting provocative pictures of themselves, let's say on Instagram or social media in general.
Dressing
Or dressing provocatively in public. Anyone else have a point on that?
Okay, so like I said, it's levels to it.
There's levels to disrespect.
All right, go ahead. Good.
I feel like
Merch.
a lot of females are doing OnlyFans, and a lot of people, like a lot of females are real in this generation. Like they posting their body, you feel me? So it's like less, yeah, like you feel me? I dance all that, like, but at the end of the day, if I'm coming home to you every single night, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like,
not really.
Is she
I don't know.
matter?
Like,
Does she matter?
if I'm posting myself on Instagram,
But you come back, it
shaking
shouldn't
my,
matter.
it's shaking my titties, shaking my ass. Like, I'm doing that at the end of the day for some money, not to impress other niggas. Like, not everyone posting their boyfriend or their girlfriend right now, but everyone got someone. You feel me? Like, I don't know.
But isn't that their own insecurities?
What,
Yeah,
that we
that you're-
tripping?
Well,
Yeah.
Well, let me ask y'all this. How do
but
y'all,
isn't that-
out of the dudes that y'all have dealt with, do you approach them or do you DM them or do they typically approach you and DM you?
Yeah, well, I'm choosing.
No, just answer that. What happens? Do y'all
I think I know where
typically,
you're going
everybody
with
here
this.
is dealing
That's
with a
what I'm
dude.
like, all right.
Did y'all approach him and talk to him or DM him or did he approach you and DM you?
I usually post
That be cooking.
because they
For
be
sure.
intimidated.
The guy that you're with right now, you approached him?
I'm not with no one. But
Okay.
So you typically approach, let's just go through real quick.
Okay, I actually want to know. Same question for you before we even go back to them. When you typically deal with dudes, do they approach you or you approach them?
They usually approach me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep that energy.
You
My-
approach or get approached?
My situationship, I approached him.
Okay, you approach.
What the? Lady, speak into the mic, please. I can't hear you when you talk.
He approached you? Okay.
Yeah.
And the guy you're smashing right now, he approached you as well?
yeah, but I reapproached him.
Okay, so
Like,
he,
That means he approached
okay,
you.
so he approached you, and then you approached your guy, Miss Biology?
I did.
Okay, all right. You approach your guy.
I don't know if it's plural or not, but
You lightweight
No.
rude.
They typically approach you?
Yeah.
Okay, what about you?
Yeah.
What was that?
What about you, baby?
You're lightweight rude.
Lightweight rude?
Yeah, no, you lightweight
That's just
are
how.
rude.
That is
Lightweight
how-
or rude? It's a show, podcast.
No, I know, but you're like reaching for something that's not maybe there. You feel me?
Anyway, we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
asking
let's keep
questions. If
going.
you don't like it, you
So-
get the fuck off the panel. But that's how it is.
I think
My
when we
boyfriend approached
okay,
me.
so we was watching this particular point earlier,
Yeah.
right? And you was explaining that it's not necessarily what he says, but how he says it. Please enlighten.
No, I said that it matters both. It matters what you say and how you say it, because tone matters. Yeah.
So if I be like, "Hey, the sky is clear," or "Hey, the sky is fucking clear," does it change the fact that the sky is clear?
Yeah, no. It doesn't change the fact that it's clear, but this goes to my point where I was like, if I say, for instance, hey, Dawn, can you do the dishes versus Dawn, do the dishes, that's like two different tones. Like one of them is kind of like more commanding and the other one isn't. Regardless of what you say, you're still, you have tone
Well,
in a specific way.
in that instance, you are giving a command, so obviously tone matters because you communicating a command to somebody. That's not a command. Giving somebody facts is not a command. That's just stating facts.
Yes, you can give somebody facts, but you can be respectful with the way that you say it.
But why does that matter when you're just giving facts? I'm always confused with that because when us guys speak, obviously men and women, they communicate a little bit differently. But
Yes.
when us guys speak, we speak very bluntly, very directly, sometimes disrespectfully. Like if I got a friend who's overweight, I'm like, damn nigga, you fat as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you care about the other person, then the tone matters. Because if they're more of the sensitive type, then obviously you don't want to say it like that because you're going to offend them. Because, you never know how a person can take something and run with it. Whether, like, for example, if you tell me something or you say that to somebody and you say it disrespectfully like that.
And I wouldn't call that
good.
disrespectfully. I would just call that you just speaking very bluntly.
Right,
Exactly
but
thought.
if you still say it like that, in a way, it's kind of like an attack. So again, it's like if you want to think about the other person and you care about them, you don't want them to like take that and run with it and think something else. Like when you can nicely say, hey, I think you're like overweight, or like I think you're gaining weight or whatever. Now you're helping the person rather than saying that like that. I just feel like there's too many things going on in the world right now to really be that way. You know what I'm saying?
I actually half agree with the last part and then disagree with the first part. There's so many things happening in the world right now that I think you should be more direct. I think it's too much sugarcoating. I think it's too much baby stepping around shit. I think it's too much of that bullshit, what they call that shit, social justice warrior type shit of downplaying the facts and upplaying people's emotions. And I would rather have it you upplay the facts regardless of how the fuck you feel and downplay people's feelings. So in let me finish. So in my thought process, in my mind, I would rather someone come to me and give me facts as fast as possible and effectively as possible versus sugarcoating it, and I may not understand what they're trying to say.
But you just validated my last point where I literally said not everyone takes that the same way. So maybe you would want it in a blunt, direct way, but that doesn't mean that this person wants it.
Okay, but my point about that is if you do blunt and direct, you can't misconstrue that.
But if you're stating facts and you have two different tones, like if you're speaking to a woman, you're obviously going to want to watch your tone because you're dealing with a woman. If you love her, you don't want to say, you're fat as fuck. Mm-hmm. Like, go do some shit about that. You're going to want to say, hey, let's go to the gym. I think you're, getting a little overweight, whatever. Like, she's going to take that differently versus you coming at her that way.
Got you. And you brought up a good point that add context. But on this show, this is a show. He's not trying to fuck. Well, I don't know if he's trying to fuck the bitch or not. but he's at that moment. He's not trying to fuck the women. He's just giving them facts. So would that context matters of what you're saying versus on the show because there are different scenarios.
But again, she's probably a little more sensitive and taking it in a more emotional way. So again, I think that's where it goes in where like men and women are different in that sense because of course, like men are more blunt. Like especially for example with me, in like my jobs and stuff like that I've done, it's always been male dominated. And so I'm used to kind of that stuff, like where they just are like, I mean, I even had a guy like literally at the job say like, I'm blunt as fuck, so I'm gonna say like, and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, let's just get through it. But there's some women that are like, they don't like that, because they're just more emotional. Okay. So it just depends on the person. You gotta read the person and how they are,
Okay, we got a first super chat. Reclaim the throne. What it do? Bye. Can't wait to have you back on the show. He says, tough love is the only way to make anyone get their fat behind up and put in some real work. People only succeed when they're pressed to. Thoughts on that?
Wait, tough love is not a way to make anyone get... Again, it's all about context. I think, like, people are different. Not everyone is going to take it the same way. Like, maybe.
And
wait, hold on, really quickly.
Go ahead.
If I'm at the gym and I'm working out, I want my trainer to be like, let's go. Like, come on, I need you to get up, get going, right? Some girls don't like that. They're going to be like, I can't, I don't want to, blah, blah, blah. Some girls need you to be like, hey, like, come on, like, it's good, you got it. You see that tone? Like, some girls like it nice and easy, whatever, and then there's girls that are like, get your ass up, like, do what you need to do, so.
Okay, I understand that part, but you also are taking the way, okay, here's the thing. What you are doing effectively is making the person that's giving you the facts or giving you that motivation as you just speak of, or giving you that perspective, making them work harder and you receiving that information, when in actuality they are the ones that's in power, or I should say they're the ones that's actually giving you the value. So why should they change how they communicate when they are the ones who actually have that value and they are just trying to put it towards you, versus you changing yourself and how you're receiving that value?
Because that value, if you're trying to get someone to receive that value, they need to interpret it in a specific way. So if that means tone matters, they're going to interpret it in a better way.
Okay, we usually gonna be all day. Bottom line is, for me personally, this is speaking for the guys. Yes, you do want to speak slightly different from the men versus the women. Women, you want to be a little bit more indirect. You want to be a little bit more player with it. With guys, you could be much more direct. You could just tell you how you feel, what you think, etc. But again, when it comes to not trying to fuck a woman, like the context of what he's saying right now, I don't think the tone fucking matters.
I mean, I get what you're saying, because at the end of the day, like, a fact is a fact. Whether you say it in a specific tone or not, it's still a fact. So that in itself, that's not going to change. So if you're stating facts, that it is what it is. She can't do anything about that. Go read about it or something. But other than that, again, if it's different context and it's a different situation, yes, tone matters in certain situations.
Okay. All right. Moving along.
Got me heated. I'm kidding.
Typically, men always approach the woman. That's rare for a woman to approach men. So yeah, the advertising your body, there's a limit to it.
Yeah, I'm
there's
going
a limit
with
to
it.
it.
I just want to keep going. the dudes you typically deal with, they approach you or you approach them? They DM you, you DM
Oh,
them?
he was a fan of me.
He approached you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most men, they approach
They
me.
approach you.
Everywhere.
He approached me.
Right. What about you, baby?
The same. But do y'all be...
So the point I'm making with this is that that's how y'all flirt. That's how y'all get dudes, is that y'all have to be seen, whether it be in person or on the internet. That's how y'all get guys, right? Just like with us, we have to flirt. So would you be cool being in a relationship with your dude actively flirting with other girls? You would feel disrespected. You know what I'm saying? So it's
And
like...
you know, that's one thing that us women, we seem to do things that we wouldn't like our man to do.
First of all, I did not like how she interrupted because he was cooking. Did you understand what he was saying?
Re-explain.
Well, I think
What'd
he's
he say?
going to re-explain it, so I'm gonna just look at it a little bit more and see if he re-explains it.
Okay.
But bottom line is, your way of flirting and my way of flirting are different. Men and women, I keep saying as well, men and women are different. So for you to post provocative photos on the internet or go to clubs or go to nights out, etc., is essentially just like a man actively trying to talk with women. Because you are putting yourself in a predicament for men to get you, just like I'm putting myself in a predicament for women so I can get women.
I think if both of y'all, I think either a man or woman, if you're doing equally those things, it's an equal thing, if that makes sense.
No.
Like,
It's not equal because men and women are not equal.
no, because if you go to the club, why are you going to the club? You're going to flirt, you're going to get girls, whatever. If I'm going to the club, I'm probably doing the same thing, right?
No. Yes and no.
Okay.
But here's the point. You're not. I don't
Why are
think
you going to
truly
the
getting
club?
it. No.
Why are
I
you
don't
going
think
to
you're
the
truly
club?
getting it. Let's take the club out of it for right now.
Okay.
Let's put Instagram. You throwing pictures up, especially thotty pictures up.
Yes.
Right? Is equivalent to a guy DMing bitches, talking to bitches, be under the comments and actively trying to get bitches. That's the comparison, because women get approached and men do the approaching.
Is she
that's what
okay?
he's saying.
Okay, she's obviously opening herself up to more access to men if she's posting things like that. Yes, I will give you that.
But I'm hearing the but.
But nothing. I mean, I agree. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Let's get it.
Right, and that's
And
my
that's
point, is that
something
if we were
that's
actively
very big.
flirting, most girls would feel disrespected, like you disrespecting our relationship.
Right.
So that's the similar feeling, because that's how y'all get guys. So if you're actively doing the same thing that, like I said, I'm not saying you have to hide in the house.
That's why I
But
just
to-
got out of my relationship right now.
I
We've
would
been
let someone
together for 3 years, and it was
Let 'em
just so
cook.
much that I do in the streets that now he's starting to
It
feel
wasn't
like,
compatible with the relationship.
yeah, he's starting to get bored at home. He's a gamer,
Right.
so now he's starting to want to go out and stuff. He's young. He's 23 years old. So
Do
if-
girls here though? Do y'all see the resemblance in what I'm saying?
yeah.
As
Like I
far as
did
why that would bother a dude?
Yeah. Like, and then that's one thing about me. I kept everything in the house that kept my man happy. You know what I'm saying? All that going out shit. Now he's doing that. I don't want to fuck with you no more. You going out. You outside. You liking whole pictures. But I be liking the nigga pictures.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? I be flirting with the nigga. But now that my nigga is doing it,
Yeah.
now it's like, nigga, I don't.
You said, oh
That's
shit. What do you mean?
That's that double standard shit.
What do you mean?
Like, if you're gonna do something and you get mad that your man is doing it, that's on you, boo boo. You gotta go, cause, yeah.
Explain.
I just feel like I mean, my favorite thing to say is don't do something that you wouldn't want somebody else to do. If you're out here, you know, doing what she was doing, and then you get mad that he's doing that, like, nah, you gotta sit down and keep doing what you're doing, because like you gotta put up with that now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but to me, you be like speaking in half truths and half false.
Okay.
I don't agree that the double standard thing, because double standards exist for a reason, because again, men and women are different, period. So that's why I gave you the example earlier of you putting yourself in a position for a guy to flirt with you is the exact same thing as a guy flirting with a bitch.
Yeah, but she was saying that she was going out, she was doing all these things, and her man was at home.
Yeah.
And then he started doing those things that she was doing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they were talking about. And to me, I'm taking his side, because I'm like, what? That
You
doesn't
wouldn't
even
want-
make sense. Like,
Okay.
I wouldn't even want. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. You fucked that up for yourself. You shouldn't have been doing that.
Okay.
You put a
Here's a real question. So now you guys all said, so you guys understand this point, right? That your form of flirting is being on Instagram, putting provocative pictures. Is that fair to say that you guys all agree with this point? That's the girl game?
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys understand why guys would be not dislike that, right? See, all you guys responded affirmatively
Was
to
there
that.
some disagreements? Let's talk.
He said, let's talk.
But a bitch sometimes
Can I say something?
Us females got whole ways.
I don't think average guys get attention like how women do when they post provocative photos.
I wouldn't say average. I would say even the top tiers of niggas wouldn't get as much attention as the average woman.
Yeah, but if you're talking about top tier, are you talking about celebrities?
I'm even talking about celebrities, yes.
Yeah, I mean, no, they do get hella attention. What are you talking about? Like Lil Baby and all these people, they do.
I guarantee you,
yes,
compared to the average woman is smashing them. Promise you.
What? No, if it doesn't matter. Like if he's top tier, then he's getting the same thing that I think like an average woman would be getting if she's posting provocative photos.
No.
Why?
Because number one, I think personally the numbers wouldn't even match up. That's number one. But number two, which is a lot of people is missing, is when a woman DMs a guy or tries to talk to a guy, she might be like, hey, I want to go out on a date with this person. I want to meet this person. I want to go into a relationship with this person. And then maybe have sex. When a guy DMing you, they want to have sex. Off rip. So
okay.
it's not
so
the
you're
same
saying,
energy.
Like, okay,
yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, or they could be trying to use them for girls could be trying to use the dudes for status, just for to be around money, just to be in a Lambo, etc. Versus if a guy DMs a woman, it's purely probably 99% just sex, about sex.
I would.
So number one, the numbers don't match
okay,
up,
well,
and number two, the energy don't match up.
If we're talking about celebrities, I would say, I agree with what you're saying.
Even not celebrities.
Okay, I do think it's tougher for men to get, to get it than it is for a woman to get it. But I'm saying it's easier for a man who has status to get it.
Okay, that part I agree with you. But I want to be very clear about what I'm saying, which is even the most top tier dudes, celebrities, dude that look like fucking Abercrombie Finch models, all that motherfuckers, still can barely compete with average looking women. They did studies on this shit. Facts. Number two is about the energy. When the girls DM a guy, it's because, hey, take me out on a date. Or I want to take a load out your status. I want to ride your Lambo. I want to blah, blah, blah. And yes, some of them are going to be like, I want to fuck you, etc. But when dudes DM girls, it's purely 99% going to want to fuck.
Oh, for sure. I agree with that. Okay. Yeah.
All right. We're getting somewhere. Let's continue. I'm speaking game today, but I'm not holding back. I'm letting y'all know right now. Oops, my bad. Fuck it up.
You had something, and then you had something, and then Zena had something. We'll go right here.
I feel it's not depending on the stature of the man and what he's looking for. Like,
hold on, someone said I like the hair. Thank you, I really appreciate that. Oh, oh good. God damn. It's like when you click on this one time.
Depending on his pay grade. Or what he's looking for as a female, like if you're gonna.
Do you think most dudes in general look for loyalty?
I mean, yeah, but I'm talking about the female. Like if he's a lawyer, he's gonna look for someone in his pay tax bracket.
He's looking for bitches.
Yeah, pretty much.
Regardless, even if it's social media, it's about. I don't know.
Okay, hopefully you didn't miss it, but do you think guys care about your success, your money, and what you're doing with your life and your career?
No.
Really?
Not really, no. I don't think so. No, I knew that, but yeah.
Okay, that's her take. What about you?
The man I'm talking to right now just went to the Dominican Republic, and I would let.
God, I'm so pussy.
I know that just sucked his dick. I don't care.
You went to sleep thinking about that shit, huh? That's how I feel.
Send it to me. Let me see.
Okay.
I mean, let me know if they fucked. That's
okay.
All. Just so I know for my pussy.
Right. Okay. Just tell me.
What about you?
Okay, so going based off of like the advertising your body stuff like that, like okay. Everybody has social media. Everybody's advertising themselves in some way. Guys that are flexing, oh, I got a chain, or I got a nice car, da da da. Right. That's girls be looking at that, same as the girls that are over advertising their bodies.
Right.
Now, depending on like your status or what it is in your career, like say you are a dancer, naturally you're gonna have strippery or hoish type things on your page. Obviously, if you get into a relationship or before you get in that relationship, that should be something that's spoken about to where you do tone it down a bit. You should tone it down. Like, I used to twerk all the time on my gram. There's still a video here or there on that bitch, and one in a blue moon I will go live and twerk a little ass. But do I do it often? No, because I am now in a relationship. Do I still dance? Yes.
So if I flirt occasionally, not as much as I
No,
used to.
listen. So back to what I'm saying. If I can finish what I'm saying, please.
Go ahead.
My guy is a social media influencer, and obviously he's got to be shirtless. He's got tattoos. He's a fine ass boy. He's gonna go on live and he's gonna do his Instagram clout shit, sitting there like, "Hey, you been getting dick and shit." Me and him have an understanding. We have an agreement. This is what he does for his career. As far as there's no crossing boundaries, that's what matters. No sitting there liking or putting hard eyes under bitches shit, DMing bitches and all of that. That's crossing the line. Like, we're both doing social media. You get what I'm saying? So that's where it depends on what you guys are doing. Like, if you're a student, you have no reason to be online shaking your ass.
Right.
That's not your career. You're a student or something. You know what I'm saying? Or the dude, like, if he's not an artist or whatever he's doing, y'all are regular. Like, there's stipulations to it.
Can
That's
I
what I'm saying.
piggyback on that?
So,
You done?
yeah.
And I think you made a great point. If you don't, because Instagram is a marketing tool, and if you don't have a business in which you're marketing, whether it be you're a professional dancer, you do OnlyFans, you got a YouTube channel, you're advertising yourself. And that's what most people are doing. They're advertising themselves. So like you said, guys are doing it, girls are doing it. That's why I look at all these social media apps or as dating apps for the most part.
Facts.
That's how most people meet each other. They're advertising their best qualities. Girls are advertising their best qualities. And
That's actually a fact. 40% of new couples are met through in the internet.
Yeah.
So you're correct.
So I think that was a great point. If you don't have a brand in which you're marketing, what is the purpose of you being on social media? And I think a lot of people, they have these habits and they don't understand why they're not compatible as far as getting in an actual relationship, because the behavior that you're doing most dudes aren't cool with that. But a lot of niggas ain't gonna tell you. They just gonna fuck on you, have a fun time. A lot of y'all, like you say, y'all all fucking one dude, but nobody got a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Well, for the most part.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah. So I also want to say this real quick, because you made a fantastic point about, do you guys
before,
all
hold on.
understand that you...
Hold on, before he continues going on, what are your thoughts? Because he said,
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If a guy is not doing any branding on his social media or anything, do you feel like he shouldn't have social media?
Well, number one, men and women are different. But when it comes to... This is, to me personally, then this might get a little dark a little fast. To me and people that's watching, all the women that's watching, they might not like me after this. But I gotta keep it honest.
Oh, shoot.
I'm dead ass. I have to keep it honest.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever stated this on any show, on any fucking podcast. So, I think men should always have options, but not always, let's say, use those options. What I mean by that is, very clearly, for you as a dude, you can't just sit there and not be continuously hunting and continuously honing in on those skills, because a lot of times what happens is you hone in on a little bit of skill, you get a bitch, you be like, oh, she's my world, she's my everything, right? And then that bitch leaves you, because most women leave men, and then you're left with literally nothing. That's what happens when people fucking kill people. That's why murder, suicides happen all the time. So, but if you're a dude who can replace a girl like that, replace a bitch like this, you're not killing a girl because this girl left you. You just like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the next. So for me personally, I would want men to always be able to hunt as well as controlling their emotions. That's why I'm very big on controlling your emotions. I'm very big on controlling your shit as a man, because when you don't control your emotions as a man, dangerous things happen. So for me, I'm just telling the dudes that watch my show, etc., always be hunting. So to answer your question, going back to your question, should a guy be on Instagram? Yes, he should be on Instagram. He should have a Tinder. He should have a Hinge. He should have a Twitter. He should have a Facebook. He should even have a fucking MySpace. He should have all these different avenues to where he at least are able to hunt and continuously hunting and sharpening his skill. Again, that don't mean you know, like those fucking YouTube videos where they be like catch and cook. It don't mean you have to cook every single bitch. You can just catch and release sometimes. But you need to have that skill, because if you don't and you lose a girl that you might think is your world, you're going to be left with nothing.
Okay, so I'm going to say something about that. So women tend to be loyal and want one man, right?
Yes.
So he was saying that...
Well, go ahead.
He was saying that if you aren't doing any branding,
yes,
then you should not have social media.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if a woman is only loyal to one man and then he cheats on her and he crosses a boundary and now they break up, What if she's suicidal? What if she's all these things because now she doesn't have those options?
Because she always has the options, because immediately as soon as you get back on social media, just like that.
It's the same thing for guys, though.
How can you compare?
Either way, if you go back on social media after that, you're going to have options.
No, you're going to have options. I still have to fight for my options.
Yes, we're both, like, for instance, us, right? We're both gonna have options. You're just gonna have to go fighting for yours and struggle to find yours, probably. But it's the same way. It's just the way that you're going about it is different.
It's not the same. Let's say me and you deleted our Instagrams right now.
Yes.
All right, my Instagram looks way better than your Instagram. Well, I don't know about way better, but my Instagram definitely has more, when I say potential attention, than yours, because I have people on mine, I have fucking thousands of motherfuckers, etc. Blah blah blah. You have way lower numbers. Let's say we both deleted our Instagram, and let's say we get into a relationship for 2 years, and we said fuck the world type shit, right? And we break up. The next day you make your Instagram, and the next day I make my Instagram. That same exact day you getting hit up by dudes. Hey, this is fuck. Hey, I want to hang out with you. Hey, I want to see you. Oh, you broke up with that nigga Don. He was a fuck boy anyway. Blah, blah, blah. That same day for me, it might take me weeks, months, a long period of time for me to even be able to have options. It's not the same.
I can't agree with that because I've had my social media deleted before and things like that. So... I mean, I wish I could agree on that, but I can't.
Let's take away social media. Let's just do Tinder. It's the same shit. When you can get on Tinder.
I will say this.
You can get on Tinder in one day, thousands of matches.
Yes, I agree.
I can get on, but that's what I mean when I say social media. I don't mean just social media. I mean all forms of media in which you can communicate to the opposite sex.
100%. Yeah, I'm gonna get more than you. I agree on that.
It's not even comparison.
Yeah.
So when men are lonely, they are truly lonely. They are truly and utterly lonely. When you are lonely, you just don't want to be bothered by the people that are hitting you up. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
We out here.
Okay.
Being on Instagram is flirting, and then that's the equivalent to a guy flirting with a girl. And you guys all agreed. But my question is, you guys understand, but do you actually give a fuck? I think in general, women don't care. I'm gonna keep doing what I want to do, regardless of what you think and how you feel about it, is what I've come to realize. Because you guys all said you understood,
but do you care?
It's very obvious. Do you guys care? And I think the answer is no, for the most part.
Oh, I do. I slap that nigga down.
I don't know if they said it already because I did hear it. I don't know if they said it already because I did hear it. So I want to ask you the same question, and I'm sorry if they didn't say it yet, but we're gonna get to it anyway. For you personally, would you rather have a marriageable man or keep your Instagram?
Like, would I rather have a guy who has all the qualities that I want over my Instagram?
Yes.
Yes. I want him.
You would choose the guy over your Instagram?
Yeah. The fuck? Why would I? Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
Any more questions?
Because a lot of people would not agree with that.
Why?
What do you mean why? Because they want to maintain their options. They want to maintain their sense of options.
Yeah, but if you already found him and he gives you everything you want and he does not lack in any area, yeah, I'm deleting my Instagram.
Okay. All right. Well, touche. Somebody say, cap.
I'm not capping.
Bitch, I'm gonna slap you down.
I think you make that.
No, he's saying, do you care that men, if they're in the opposite...
Do you care that men... Okay, very simple.
Yeah.
Do you ladies care that men have a general point of contention or an issue with you having sexy pictures of yourself on the internet?
Yeah.
What I've come to realize is most women don't give a fuck. I'm going to do what I want to do. You got to accept it. Just like you said earlier, if you met me in the club, I'm going to continue to do what I was doing prior to when I met you. And he's simply saying, hey, you attracted me a certain way, but at some point, you got to take that for sale sign off your neck. But a lot of women don't want to take the for sale sign off their neck, which is what he's trying to address here.
And then another thing, too, like you say, as far as people caring, power corrupts. We all know this. Power corrupts. Guy gets powerful, typically it can corrupt them. Girls get powerful, it typically can corrupt them. And sexually, as far as the dating market, girls typically have the power. Y'all typically have way more options. And that's really what it boils down to. I don't think girls are evil, but power corrupts. So most girls, y'all enjoy the power of
with Instagram, and y'all had a question a couple shows. Y'all were like, marriageable man or Instagram? And it was a great question. But and most girls, they'd rather keep their Instagram, because what Instagram allows you to do is, instead of having one marriageable man. Go ahead.
I think it also like pertains to like the type of lifestyle that she wants.
Okay.
Like I don't know how to explain it.
He inspired me to cook. I'm never playing again, but let's go.
I don't know. Like I feel like, truthfully, right now in our generation, like a lot of girls. How do I say that? I don't want to say this. Like they lack something in themselves. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, they feed off of social media for that. Now, I'm not saying all women, so don't come at me. I'm not saying all women, but I'm saying
two women that's watching.
I'm literally saying for like most women, like if you are not whole inside within yourself, you want validation from other men on social media. So if you do find somebody that, let's say, have all your qualities as a man, and you choose not to like choose him and like delete your social media, I would say that either she's not in a place in her life that she wants to be in emotionally, and she's lacking something within herself. Like she just probably has different desires in life, and she's probably lying to herself. Like,
okay, that part I actually agree with.
Yeah.
The lying to yourself part is something I truly agree with, because you as a woman are programmed a certain way, and you as a man are programmed a certain way. For you as a man to try to be monogamous, it's not gonna happen, bro. You're gonna want to fucking fuck bitches. For you as a woman to be a hoe out into the world, you will have negative consequences of doing those actions that is against your biological fucking, programming. That being said, I do understand why women do it, because men allow them to do it. If I'm a bitch and I'm a beautiful looking woman, and I got one dude who takes me out on trips, and another dude who I can have sex with, and another dude I can do buys me food or whatever, and I can have 5 dudes that do these jobs way better than one dude does those jobs, why would I not choose those 5 dudes? So I get it from that perspective. But I don't get it from the perspective of longevity, of family, of building a relationship, and having, that type of...
I think both men and women right now are really hurt. But I would say that I think women...
and hurt,
I think women specifically right now are driving off of that hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, like to be completely honest, like a lot of guys are playing girls. And, yes, they are.
No.
Yes, they are.
No, the top percentage of guys
I would know
are
because
playing girls.
I mean, I've been in the dating scheme of things, and I know other friends and girlfriends that are bad as fuck, have other high follower counts on Instagram, and we still end up getting played.
No, but you're missing the point.
But some girls use that driving force to be like, well, I'm still gonna, go mess with this guy and that guy and whatever.
Okay. You brought up a couple things, and I can't let you slide, so let's get it. Let's cook them. Again, you are looking at the dudes that you continuously keep choosing, which are probably a certain, I guess, caliber of dude. You're probably not looking at the dude that lives in mama's basement, that's fat as fuck, that's jerk off to porn all day, that plays video games all day. You're probably not talking about those dudes. You're probably not even talking about the regular dudes that work at fucking, I don't know, CVS, Walmart, Amazon, these normal ass places. You're probably talking about the top percentage of dudes that you girls are all fucking. So those dudes, guess what? Have leverage now. Because they are the ones who the girls that are beautiful and shit want. So they can dictate, oh, you know what? I don't like her because her toenail's a little bit crooked. I want to fuck that one. That's why. I want to make that very clear. And then the second thing that you said was what again?
Which part?
I forgot.
Which part? There was a lot.
That was a lot. That's why I'm trying to remember everything that you said. But if I remember, then I'll get back to it. But do you disagree or agree? What I just said?
I don't know.
I want my own podcast.
I think right now everybody's hurt. I'm just
that's what you said.
Hurt.
Okay. Yes, I believe that everyone's hurt, but I believe more so that I'm gonna keep it honest. I gotta be honest on this show. A lot of dudes might not like me after this, but I think dudes are just lacking today. I think dudes don't have the courage. They don't have the discipline. They don't have I would say courage and discipline to say no. Like if you a dude and your bitch wants to go to the club and girls nights out and have male friends and you say yes, you are basically allowing her to basically cheat on you, disrespect you, and etc. If dudes as a whole was to say, no bitch, you're not going out to no girls nights out. If you're going to be in a relationship with me, you're not having this fuckery that you have today. If dudes was like, hey, I don't want you to do blah blah blah, you wouldn't have this fuckery that women do. I think men and women are doing stuff and we were just reacting to each other. Because again, if you're a woman and you keep fucking fuckboys, the dudes that are not getting sex are going to turn to fuckboys to get sex. So men and women are just doing different things and we are just reacting to each other and then complaining that the other person is reacting to each other instead of just changing who we are as a person and then allowing that to be the thing. For instance, the fuckboy thing. A lot of women say, oh, men don't take me out, men don't do this. But if you have to fucking say, put the standards on all women, hey, we not fucking niggas unless they are good, they are wholesome, they trying to take us on dates, then guess what? No niggas gonna be fuckboys. They gonna try to take you out on dates and be wholesome niggas.
So you're saying it all comes to standards
and boundaries. Yeah. For both parties though. For both.
I mean, that's just something that has to be communicated.
True.
Yeah.
I guess. Let's get back into it. We got only a couple minutes.
They can compartmentalize dudes. They can have one dude who fucks them, one dude who gets them free food, one dude who just compliments and treats them good, one dude who drives them everywhere. Instead of having one marriageable dude, I can have multiple that creates,
So I get it.
I get it.
And I think typically girls, y'all flourish with that power until y'all start getting in y'all 30s, 35, 40s, and you realize, I need to settle down.
I didn't even think about that part.
No.
See,
I just want to see who has something to say. I want to turn it to ladies on the couch as well. If y'all got something, just tell Chris so that we can make sure we get y'all involved as well.
I'm curious, Jason, how you feel about this, bro? Because I know you guys do interviews all the time with girls. How do you feel about this?
Well, for me personally, I feel like if you meet a girl that's dancing or selling pussy or any of that, if you choose to be with that woman, you got to set the kind of what she said. There needs to be boundaries. If she can't meet those expectations of whatever your expectation is, you can't. Why buy a bad house? Because you want to fix it up.
Sometimes
you can buy a bad house, fix it up, and you'll get return on your investment. But with women, it's like, how much return on investment are you really gonna get?
Well said.
So, does anyone have anything to that?
Well,
I got some, but I'll let you go.
Yo, they're like.
Well, if women tend to be more of the loyal type, don't you feel like it will be a good investment after, even if it's a broken home?
I don't think women are loyal. To be honest.
That's your opinion, though.
No, that's actually facts.
No, what? All right, I'm gonna have to look into that.
No,
if that's a fact.
Google it. Statistically speaking, women leave men 70 to 80%.
But you've said before that women are more of the monogamous, loyal creatures.
Yes. So okay. You can still be at a point in time. You could be monogamous and then still leave a dude. So I guess your definition of loyal would have to come into play, because my definition of loyal is over a long period of time. Maybe your definition of loyal is that moment, if that makes sense.
Well, I would say loyalty is like just being loyal throughout all time of like however long you guys are together.
But that's my point. You just matter of fact, you just proved my point by what you just said about however long you are together. For me,
so when am I supposed to be loyal when we're not together?
Yes, that's in my mind. That's how loyalty
that
works.
Doesn't even make sense. If we're not together, why would I be loyal to you?
In my mind, that's
and what
how.
do you mean by?
Okay.
And what do you
back
mean
in the
by?
Day, back in the
and
day.
what do you mean by if we're not together? Clarify that.
Say that one more time.
If you just said women have to be loyal to a man if they're not together, what do you mean by not together?
No, I didn't say have to be. And let me be very clear. I didn't say have to be. I'm saying
whatever.
Yeah, I'm saying a girl to me, in my eyes, and I don't know, in the chat, tell me if I'm wrong. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm correct, a 2 in the chat if I'm wrong. In my eyes, a girl that's loyal is loyal off rip. Before y'all even get into a relationship, she's like, oh, I'm done really talking to most niggas. Maybe let's say she has a roster of 10 niggas, right? And then she meets me, she cut that roster down to like 2, right?
Yes.
In my eyes, she's loyal, more loyal than a girl who keeps a roster of 10 and then get into a relationship and has a roster of 1. To me, loyalty should be off rip. It should be as soon as basically you decide, damn, I really fuck with this person. I want to see where this comes. I want to see what this can become to. That's when you should start being loyal.
Okay. And what if, let's say, she is loyal to you off rip, and she does put her roster down to like 1 or 2, and you're not giving her the qualities that she wants in a man?
Good question. But okay, pause. No, pause. At the exact moment. My point is this. So I'm not saying off rip, like soon as you meet the nigga. Like, I want to make that very clear. It's soon as you deem that he has the qualities that you want in a long-term person. Does that make sense? Meaning, if you, okay, let's say me and you, let's say you're around me, I teach you stocks, I teach you fucking investments, I fucking, hey, let's go work out, I want to improve your life, I want to protect you, you know, all these other attributes, whatever, but we just not in a relationship. You can still be loyal to that dude because he's giving you all the things that you need as a woman.
But what if you're lacking in some areas? What if that's not what I want? What if I want emotional security and security in other areas on top of that? Okay,
then that's a good point. For that, I would say time would be the answer for that.
I don't think so. I think that's something that you should. No. Because why would you teach your stocks all these things, but you don't want to be vulnerable and you don't want to show emotion or anything like that?
Now we get into a personal conversation, because what if the dude is just not that type of dude, number one? What if the dude, it takes time for him to be that type of dude, number two? Number three, what if it's just not beneficial to keep women in general? You will have to change yourself as a dude to fit one woman versus just staying that way your entire life. To me, that doesn't make sense. So, for instance, that's like saying 90% of women don't like a vulnerable dude, don't like a dude to be crybaby, whatever. I'm exaggerating a little bit, obviously. Be crybaby a little bit, all these other different things, and then only 10% likes it or really cherishes you being vulnerable. Why would you change for the 10%? Now you are changing who you are as a man and as a person, and you are literally killing the 90% for just the 10%. And then let's say y'all don't work out. Now you literally change yourself to be repulsive to the majority of women.
So then you feel like, okay, so then do you feel like she should just not be in that situation anymore?
It depends.
Or she should wait.
It all depends. It all depends. I would say personally, this is me giving game to the 2 women that's watching. I would say if you are gaining value by being around that person, being around that man, then be around that man. Period. If you're not gaining value, whether it's sex, whether it's investments, whether it's money, whether it's physical, etc., then don't.
But there are women who will gain value from men and not give anything in return. So why are you say that again. Okay, there are women who there are women who are gaining value from men.
Yes.
And you're okay with her not giving anything back to you? Like, if she's gaining value from you and not giving anything back to you, you're cool with that?
Hell no. What the fuck?
There are women who are like that.
I'm confused. No, if you are as a dude and you are giving a bitch your leadership, your guidance, your masculine protection, your masculine leadership, all these different things that you have to offer as a man, and she's not giving you the ultimate thing that she has to offer as a woman, which is sex, which is nurturing, which is her body, which is her feminine nature, what the fuck? Kick that bitch to the curb. What you mean? I'm confused. I'm just saying.
There's no time, but I'm just
saying, to put a button on that, what you just asked, if you a man and you giving your ultimate masculine, what's the word I want to use? Your ultimate masculine fucking qualities, then you should be getting the ultimate feminine qualities. What the fuck? I'm confused on that question. All right. Am I cooking or am I cooking?
Fuck y'all niggas here, and then Zena. Or no, actually Zena, you had your hand
it
up
wasn't
first.
to that. It was just back to the Instagram thing, like as far as advertising, because I want to say like how I kind of made a point earlier with like guys who are entertainers or influencers or whatever. It's a form of their
marketing tool.
It's them flirting too, in a sense. Like, I'm sorry, when I see my dude going live, going
right.
I know hella bitches are. I know my man is fine.
Right.
So obviously bitches are gonna see my man and think he's fine too, and put hard eyes. I've seen them putting hard eyes on the live, and I'm like, bitch, yo, what's good? You see me here, ho. Like, you feel me? So at the end of the day, we're both. If it comes to the whole deleting Instagram, if it's not your career or it's not your marketing tool, and you're in a relationship and that's an issue, then you both should be deleting social media. Because, like, I agree. It's
No.
I disagree.
No,
Why?
And the reason why,
It ruins
100% disagree. Because the reality is, even if I'm a very attractive man with a good body, whatever, and I post a photo, I'm not going to get nearly as much attention as an average-looking girl that has mediocre pictures. And that's facts. I
my
can
man
back that
gets
up with
more likes
studies.
than me.
It doesn't matter. Getting likes and getting comments, he's not going to get nearly the same amount of attention sexually from the opposite gender that you are. Most of that engagement that guys get, we had a professional bodybuilder on, pause, good looking guy, everything. Anytime he posts a picture of himself where you guys would consider that a thirst trap, you know who comments? Dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice lats, bro. That's what it is when you're a guy and you look in good shape or whatever. Most of the time you're going to get comments from gay dudes or other guys saying, yo, how'd you get in shape? Women rarely, if ever, leave a when's the last time you left a comment on a good looking guy's picture? Oh my God, daddy, let's be honest. Never.
Before I was in a
Never.
If I like it, I'll like it.
But it's a dude that you actually know, not a celebrity. Let's be real.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
All
like
right, that's you. But most girls are not going to put themselves out there like that.
Not true.
That's the difference.
But then they settle for the ugly one with money, or all of that.
You know what girls do?
The point, ladies, is that a man, no matter how good looking he is never going to get the same level of attention and engagement that a girl's going to get.
So
Period.
can I ask? So I'm asking, like, okay, are you saying
Can you
if
pull up
like
that chart,
how
Chris?
we asked this before, would you delete your social media if your boyfriend said so?
No.
So she has to delete it, but he can't commit and delete it as well. That's what I was saying. If they both can't come to terms with that, they both should.
Men and women are not the same.
So
Men and women are not the same. There's double standards that benefit women and double standards that benefit men.
There's a double standard that benefits both of them.
What?
There's a double standard that benefits both.
Okay, we can end it on
Which
this.
is?
I think this
Like-
is they changed this conversation. I think for me personally, when Myron says that men and women are not the same, blah blah blah. I understand that, but his point about the men keeping the Instagram versus the women keeping the Instagram, I think it's maybe number 2 to the point that I said earlier, which is, and again, I gotta keep it a buck. If the woman is watching, you don't want to fuck with me after this. I don't give a fuck. Men, when they are lonely, they are truly lonely, and I just don't want men to be in a predicament to where they're giving a lot of their time, money, resources into a woman, and then they do these certain pushbacks into the from society, I would say, and then be left with nothing, because then those when men are dangerous men, and I don't want nobody shooting up schools. I don't want nobody fucking kidnapping people, all this other extra crazy shit, versus them just having the options to be able to reach out to people, talk to people, still game and still hunt. That's just from my perspective. That's just what I think. What are your final thoughts?
I feel like loneliness comes from within.
Well, I'm talking about from the whole thing.
Okay. Well, again, loneliness comes from within. So if you feel lonely, it's probably because you're lacking something in your life, and that's something that you have to figure out on your own. And you can't keep trying to find it from external sources, etc. But I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say. Yeah.
Right. Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. If you want to follow her, I'm gonna put her IG in the link below. The cards is here. Hold on, do I have them right here? Can you pass me that shit right here?
Yeah, get this, y'all.
Well, not yet. Well, we're about to hear in a couple of days away from Red Pill and Chill. It is going to be on Amazon, ready to go, ready to mingle. You can play this. It's like 99 questions. You can play with your friends. Have some exciting conversations, I should say. But if you like this video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and we out. Peace.
Bye.